Well, it is Monday morning here. I just finished dropping the kids off. It's sunny but chilly. 48 Fahrenheit. That's 8. I'm getting better. I think that's 8. 32, 40. That's 8. 8 degrees Celsius here in Ohio. A couple of minor little things for me to do today. We're gonna probably gallop Lily a little bit again. See if we can get her tightened up really good for next week. I had a good conversation with Jason. Cherry's girl arrived back yesterday. The conversation was about Cherry's girl and Rico Tubbs going to the Standardbred on top of all the other horses we're going to be racing on Jug Week. If you're coming to Jug Week, let us know. Should be a lot of fun. What else? Last night, we had a winner with Gaslight Hall. He was good. Obviously, you guys know he's in the sale today. He was very good last night and got the job done. Was he spectacular? No, he wasn't spectacular, but he was good. And I mean, the good thing, short-term and long-term about Gaslight, as I talked to everybody, as I just put a small post on Facebook last night, was very simple. Do I think that Gaslight Hall can do in the super final? No. But I know he's going to race in the super final. And that is either for them, or whoever buys him, or for us. And in regards to that, he still fits the class he was in last night, and the class he'd already won, he fits that for another 3 wins. Now, fair ball, somebody messaged me and said, why don't we keep him for those 3 wins? Well, we can. We're walking a tight line, though, right, when it comes to Gaslight Hall. He has some worth with respect to where he can race and what he can do and what he's done. And I'm going to be watching the price line on Gaslight Hall also. I didn't just put these horses up on a whim. I mean, these were horses that I thought were nearing their saturation point, or in Gaslight Hall's case, something on the horizon that makes them worth maybe a little bit more than they would be face value racing in the condition class in Ohio. So that is why he is up. The other horses, I'm going to be watching them. And if you may notice, there's a number of babies that are up for sale too. Now, I touched on it briefly the other day, but I saw some of those babies at Spring Station. And I'll forever remember that day, because that's the day that I dented my bumper. I still have. Amy said, why haven't you got that fixed yet? I said, honey, when would I get it fixed? I have zero time to get it fixed right now. I'll get it fixed in I don't even know. After Harrisburg, I guess. It's unsightly. If you know me, I have a little bit of an OCD, and I hate when things are out of place and off like that. But I also know there's nothing I can do. Nothing I can do about it right now. So those horses, the station horses, I saw them, made some notes on them. And again, these are horses that aren't in Lexington or Harrisburg, because it wouldn't be wise to do that. You have he's got a Dancing Lou and a Captain Crunch and an International Money. Those horses wouldn't bring a ton of money at Lexington or Harrisburg. And I think for a big farm like Josh's and his owners, it just makes a little sense to drag them down to the sale and watch them bring $8,000, $10,000, $12,000. Then you're paying your commission, and you're paying the sale fees on those horses. You're paying shipping for those horses. If you put the horse in Harrisburg, now you have to feed it, house it, and prep it for another month. Even Lexington, another 3 weeks. No, so 7 weeks for Harrisburg. So I think that's why a lot of these farms are just looking at it cost effectiveness and saying, okay, how much are we going to lose putting it in an online auction, and overall our projections of what we're going to get as opposed to what we're going to get today, minus everything, work it all out. Does it make the sense? And I'm sure all these horses have prices on them, even the Hanover horses, I'm sure. But at the same time, not bad horses. Just they were worried they were going to take up their time and not bring the return they wanted at the public auction. And you may say to yourself, well, if they don't want them, why do we want them? Well, listen, there's lots and lots of horses we bought. Well, perfect example, Rico Tubbs was one last year. Supermind was only $17,000. Rico Tubbs was $11,000. Uncle Danny was $25,000. There's lots of horses in every sale that people just, for whatever reason, don't gravitate towards. And you know the answer to that. Rico Tubbs was a short-barreled Father Patrick, right? Supermind was a creatine from a smaller firm. And then you had Uncle Danny. The Uncle Peters are kind of take them or leave them in Ohio. Some people hate them, some people like them. I rather like them. Now, a component of me liking them also is the value that I find in them. A horse like Uncle Danny if he's by What the Hill or any of the new sires that are out right now, in range, ready for money, jeepers, he probably brings, $35,000, maybe 40. So again, it circles back to what I always preach when it comes to the babies. Value, right? There is no way for anybody to know which ones are good or which ones are bad. The old adage, they don't know how much you pay for them. A kind of stupid saying, but it's actually quite accurate. The horse that cost you a couple of $100,000 does not act any differently than the horse that costs you $15,000, maybe on shortly after sale day. Maybe not 15, but you know where I'm going with this. So Gaslight Hall, a winner last night. I'm watching the sale very closely. We have 6 horses selling. We have some horses I'm watching, but in saying that, I'm watching them because I'm actually watching the value, right? I'm watching the horses sell because I think that there may be an opportunity there for us. But it may be very smart in their regard also. Maybe all they need is 2 or 3 people like me. All of a sudden, the horse brings more than maybe they thought it would. So it might work out very, very well for them. That old big fish in small pond type mentality. It may work out very well for them. So a lot I'm watching today with regards to the preferred sale. Watching some yearlings, watching our horses sell also. Very intrigued to see what's going to happen in that regard. I have no idea. The problem with selling 2-year-olds this time of year is everybody has a whole bunch of them to sell. And when it comes to He's a Fearless Peter and Steph's Hope, I started them at a fair price, $7,000, right? As 3-year-olds coming back, they're probably worth a little less than twice that, just for the Amish. So it will be hard for me not to believe they're not worth that. So we have 3 2-year-olds that are in the sale. We have Patrick the Piranha, who I know what he should probably bring. I know what Gaslight Hall should probably bring, and the Trotting Filly, Resolve Indeed, has already got an actual live bid. So I suspect there'll be a few more of those, and she'll get up a little bit higher. So that is what's on tap for today. We have a number of horses racing. We'll talk about them in a second. We have the sale going on today. We have the draw for Thursday at the Meadows today. I know in our calendar, I'm just looking at it, we don't have a lure on there yet. That's got to be fixed. I was trying to figure out why the final entries for the rest of the week aren't up for the middle of the week, but they're not finalized yet, right? The Meadows, I don't think we have anything in the Meadows anyway. But we do have a horse in Scioto. We do have Supermind in Scioto on Wednesday also. So tonight, what do we got going on today? We have Rico Tubbs in the Poconos. Ronnie Wren is going to drive Rico Tubbs. He is 4-1 morning line. He's a factor. He's a player in there. He should be fine. I misspoke the other day and I said I thought he had one more little stake and then he's done for the year. He does have the Standardbred in Delaware. We are likely going to take him there. Where we go after that with them, I think that they also have the Keystone Classic or something. One of those stakes. I'm not going back to the Poconos or Philadelphia with them. You know what? Here, I can look right now. Right now, we can look together. This shouldn't be that hard, actually. Refresh. So when it comes to old Rico, I suspect. What are we doing here? I suspect he'll do just fine today, and then we'll see how things play out for the rest of the year. His calendar is coming up. Here it is. Rico Tubbs is under R for Rico right there. Here we go. Rico Tubbs got the Standardbred, and then again 9 days after that he's got the Keystone Classic at the Meadows. We'll probably enter him in there, and that will be his last start of the season. So we have 2 more races for Rico Tubbs after today. September the 8th, we have the Pocono. We have the final of the Poconos, which Ronnie's going to drive them. We have the Standardbred in Delaware, and we have the Keystone Classic at the Meadows. That's where he will be going for the rest of the season. While I have it open, I guess I'll look at Cherry's Girl for you guys. Cherry's Girl obviously already raced in the Consolation, where she finished 4th. She has the Standardbred at Delaware on the 17th, and the exact same day as Rico Tubbs, she has the Keystone Classic on the 26th. And then after that, it's a 15-day break to the Virginia Standardbred Breeders Elimination 1 and 2 on the 11th and 18th. And the final that goes for 80,000 plus, that will be October the 25th. That will be our last start of the year. We won't go to Philadelphia for the Liberty Bell. We'll be putting Cherry's Girl away shortly thereafter. So there's a little update on 2 horses that we have staking for. Degas will also be racing today. I guess we could look at Degas. I believe it's just all we have left for Degas is Corbin, if I'm not mistaken. I am very right. We have, she's not going to fit the final on September the 16th. You know, we'll enter her, but I doubt she'll fit the final on September the 16th. She's probably, I'm going to guess, somewhere on 17th or 18th right now. They're only taking 9, so it's unlikely that Degas is going to make the final. But she will be racing in Corbin, and that will be on October the 12th, which is about a month after that. So we'll race her once, freshen her up for a couple of weeks, and have her ready to go in Corbin. It's been a good year with her. It hasn't been a fantastic year, but she's certainly shown flashes of being a very, very nice sophomore from what I can see. Also, tonight we have JK Victory Greatest Ending. Another reason I'll be watching the sale very, very closely. There's 2 more horses that are middle of the roaders. I'm going to clean out all the horses, all the nooks and crannies of the stable that horses maybe aren't good enough, can't do. This will be step 1. Step 2 will be when the sophomores come back at December through the middle of January. We're going to have a very, very good look at all those horses. And I can tell you right now, rest assured, if they are not going to be stable horses, we won't be making stake payments on them by February 15th. Somebody else will be. So this will be, right now, you're seeing step 1 of us cleaning out, as I said, those nooks and crannies of the stable, trimming the branches, so to speak, and then we'll be bringing in some new horses to race throughout the fall. I think we've done a pretty good job of that so far. We've raced 3 over the last 2 weeks that we bought. All 3 of them are winners. And Winter Soldier come back with a very good second place finish. And tonight we have JK Mega also making a debut. Blue Rare is going to race tonight. What are her odds? James stuck with her, and she is 4-1 morning line. She raced great last time out. James said if he gets through a straight line from the head of lane to the wire, he's a winner. He's certain of it. He had to jam her up a couple of times getting through the inside, but she raced very, very good, and I'm expecting another good mile from her tonight. As I said, JK Mega will race tonight. I will tell you this right now. He trained good, he looked good, and 57 was barely outside of idle for him as the last start. I don't know who he's in with. I don't know who would make, well, he's 5-2. If there's anybody bet lower than him, I don't know how fast they'd have to go to beat him, but he is coming in razor sharp and feeling good and looking good. And for those of you that remember, he cut his foot. We had a couple of staples put in. It's perfectly fine. I trained him on Friday or Saturday. The horse was very, very good. And then to close out our night, we have an entry, Emerald Tom and Jolene Hall. Now, Emerald Tom, 5-2. Jolene Hall, 3-1. Now, I can tell you this right now. They must have computers that do the morning line, because as much as I love Emerald Tom, there is somewhere around a 4% chance that he's going to beat Jolene Hall tonight. She's just a stronger, better filly than he is as a colt right now. We changed his shoes. He trotted good the other day. Not quite as great on a half-mile track and hasn't been all year, but I expect him to race fine. He shows miles 56, 57. Justin Irvine's going to drive him, and he's going to, I'm sure Justin's going to take care of him. But rest assured, Jolene Hall is coming in very, very good, and I think she'll be very, very good tonight at Northfield Park. This is a prep race for both of them for Jug Week next week, and I'm excited to race both of them tonight. So intrigued with the JK Mega, Jolene Hall, Emerald Tom tonight. Very curious and interested with Blue Rare and Degas and Rico Tubbs, and just hopeful with JK Victory and Greatest Ending. Both are coming in at 6-1 on a fast track with Grand River. Anyway, I'm not going to go down that road. I don't have to beat that drum. And then nothing that I can see on Tuesday, nothing at all. And then Wednesday we have Manhattan Money and Allure racing. Thursday I'll be in Circleville looking at babies. That's the day before the sale. Obviously a big, big day for us. I'll be bringing you updates and maybe some videos, and definitely some commentary regarding the sale. And then on Friday I'll be at the sale for the entire day. Now Saturday I'm going to drive from the sale right down to Kentucky. I'm going to go look at babies all day Saturday with a couple of our clients. And then Sunday, although Jolene Hall and potentially, no, that would be the 16th. But Jailbird Jog races in the $400,000 Kentucky final. I won't be there because I have something to do. I have to. Now, if Jailbird Jog is in early in the card and Diosa della Danza is in late in Delaware, then I guess I'll look at the time and see if I can make it. But I need to be here for Diosa della Danza. You guys have seen, she comes with a little bit of a reputation. She's jumped over stuff. She's made a couple of breaks. She's not a dangerous filly, but I want to make sure that she gets raced hard. And the only way to ensure that that happens is if I'm there to do it. So I'm going to be coming back to race Diosa della Danza and certainly cheering for Jailbird Jog. I'd love nothing more than to see her win the $400,000 final. So we'll see how that plays out. But that's how my week right now is penciled in. Monday, I am going to be racing tonight at Northfield Park. Tuesday, the entire day is pouring over the Ohio calendar or Ohio catalog with Amy, and maybe even taking a few rough looks at Lexington again, and then obviously Wednesday racing. Thursday I will be in. Now, as I say that, it doesn't matter who we get in at the Meadows because I'm not going to be there. I'm going to be at the sale looking at horses to be betting on Friday, and then obviously Friday afternoon we'll be at the sale all day long. I don't think I'll be going to the Meadows, but that depends on who we get in, I suppose. Last thing I want to do is drive from Circleville to the Meadows, but I will if I have to. And obviously Amy thinks there may be something on in Ontario this weekend for her, so if she has to go back to Ontario, maybe the kids and I will go on the road again. Who knows? I had a great weekend with the kids. I thought time is on my side. Anytime I'm not somewhere that I could be, I'm always on pins and needles because I'm worried something's going to go wrong. But after watching the race a couple of times, not only did Ronnie Wren drive him good, he drove him the only way he could, and the horse raced fantastic, finished fourth. Very pleased with the way he raced. Just so excited to watch Perfect Thought race last week. And a number of horses that raced well. We have a number of hopefuls coming up. Obviously, we're getting geared up for Jug Week. I hope many of you will be coming down to watch the horses and watch the Little Brown Jug. It is a spectacle. I know I'm from PEI, so I'm always biased to the Gold Cup and Saucer. But make no mistake, the Little Brown Jug is something to behold also. It is definitely in our industry a shining light. So if you have time, if it's something you can do on your calendar, make your way to Delaware, Ohio, because it is going to be a great week next week, and hopefully a great week for us. So with that, I'm going to let you go on your Monday morning. Get underway, get your day started, get your week started. Lots to talk about all week, and I'll be bringing you lots of videos. Take care.